Hey YouTube, it's me, Erica, Fake Brit. Another day, another video. I'm facing my backyard and my neighbors are over there, so I hope they're not watching me. That's a little more audience than I'm betting on, but it's okay. The lighting is really good. So my topic today is about dating plus size. I have my phone here. I wrote down a few points and some things I wanted to mention in here also. I think starting off, one thing that I wanted to point out in this video is that this is more of a positive video. Not all plus size women are self-conscious about their weight. Not to say that I haven't been in the past, but at this point in time, when I enter a situation, I enter it as myself. I don't really think about, well, I'm plus size, will he like me? All those things that come with being self-conscious. I don't think so much like that anymore. I just come into a situation as myself. So this is more of a positive spin. And it's more of kind of like tips on more inner self, not outer, on how to impress people. That's all really nice and everything, but if you're looking for a video on makeup and date night, maybe in the future I'll make a video on that. But this is more of a mindset. I feel like it's a little bit more important because these tips spill onto daily life as well. So one thing before I was making this video or wanted to make this video, I wanted to analyze how I was in the past as far as meeting people and men, and how my insecurities got to me and how I got to a point where I am now. And I think the main thing for me was I put up a barrier a lot of the time. Just thinking, well, I'm a little bigger, that's not everyone's cup of tea. And I would just generalize everybody, including men, thinking they won't like me. So I rejected people before they rejected me. Bottom line, my attitude sucked really bad. That can turn off men automatically. So sometimes we don't realize we're doing it, but we can be a little standoffish, have a little bit of an attitude, and that was me. And I couldn't figure out, why am I not successful? I don't think I'm unattractive, but I find that I'm not being as social as I want to be. And growing a little older, I realized that is a major thing. Attitude is everything. So that is the main thing I got from this when I was analyzing and putting my information together. But let's get on to the 5 points to remember. So one thing is, number 1, keep an open mind. This goes for everybody, not plus size women in general, but we all have our types. Some people don't have their types. As I've gotten older, I'm a little bit more open, and I'm talking about physical. A person's personality, characteristics are a completely different topic. But right now we're just talking about purely physical. Some women like tall, dark, and handsome, and they love that. And if another man comes over to them that maybe is average, blue-eyed, blonde-haired, they won't give them the time of day. They automatically, completely say, I am not into that type of guy. No, thank you. Well, already you're taking your dating pool from here to here. Be more open-minded. You'll be surprised as far as where it will lead you. Give people a chance. So that is tip number 1. Number 2, rejection. Don't be afraid of rejection. Easier said than done. Rejection is hard. I imagine it's a little harder for guys because most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time they take an initiative to approach a woman. So I guess that tip goes for guys and girls. Don't be afraid of rejection. If you're attracted to somebody or you want to approach them, approach them. The worst that they can say is no. If they are a mature type of person, they won't laugh at you or be rude about it. They'll just say thank you, but no thank you. Facing that rejection can also give you confidence as well. You'll be surprised. Maybe somebody might not be into you in the beginning, but just your approach, your confidence, especially with women, because we're more mental. We fall in love with our ears, whereas men fall in love with their eyes. and no offense to all men, but it's pretty general in that sense. But you never know where that might take you. Just face the rejection. It's okay if plus size woman approaches a guy and he's not interested. He'll say no. It's okay. You can move on. There's no harm done. And don't take it to heart. Everyone has different tastes. Some people, and it's all subjective. So don't take that rejection to heart. Number 3, I see a lot of women do this, not only plus size women, but women in general, is settling. Just because somebody shows you attention, don't just put your eggs all in one basket with them. Keep an open mind. That's why I like to call this whole thing, instead of dating, socializing. Socialize a little bit more. Get yourself out there. Don't be afraid. Just be yourself. Don't settle. Don't put all your eggs in one basket and just focus on this one person. Don't think that there's no one else out there for you. There are plenty of people out there for you. Plenty of men. So don't do that to yourself. It's like going to a buffet and just eating chicken when you haven't even searched the rest of the buffet. That's my favorite analogy. But don't settle. Number 4, no expectations. No expectations leads to no heartache, no disappointment. This goes in life in general as well. But when you start socializing and say you have your eyes focused on one person, don't put up a whole bunch of expectations in your mind. Where is it going to go? What is it going to lead to? Women do that a lot. No expectations. Just go out there, be yourself. Hey, how are you? Attractive. You strike up a great conversation. Perhaps you go out a few times. Just leave it at that. A lot of times when we get ahead of ourselves, it leads to really big disappointment, and it's not good for our mindset. Then we start generalizing each situation and we become afraid to enter a new situation. No expectations. You'll find that dating and socializing is a lot easier. People will feel more comfortable with you as well, especially men. They won't feel that pressure. As far as dating, some women might get attached quickly, or they'll like a guy and automatically they fast forward and they want things to continue quickly. As far as the dating process and getting to know somebody, and it's because maybe some women want to get married and they have those type of expectations. But getting to know somebody takes time. It really takes time. If you want somebody of quality, it takes a little weeding out. Not everybody that approaches you is of a quality that you're deserving of. So no expectations. Take your time and just see where it goes. And finally, the big one that everyone talks about, confidence. I have to admit, some days I do lack confidence. It's normal. We're human. But overall, not only as a plus size woman, but in general, when you're facing a social situation, it helps to have confidence. Be confident in yourself. You have a lot to offer. You're a good person. You may have certain qualities that somebody else doesn't have. Maybe you're chatty. You're a good conversationalist. Put it out there. Talk about your talents when you're meeting somebody. My big conversation starter is travel. I love to travel. But overall, I don't enter a situation as far as dating and socializing kind of timid. I put my best foot forward and understand that I'm a cool person. I'm not the prettiest person out there. I'm not the most talented. But we all have something to offer and we should feel good about that. So that's really important. Don't be conceited. You hear a lot of people saying, well, I'm hot. He deserves me. That's fine. You're an attractive person. But remember, confidence and appreciating yourself is not only about the physical. It's just a really small part